It was 45 years ago this week when a young woman was found dead inside her Saratoga Springs apartment. Now, Sheila Shepard's father is looking back at that painful time while holding out hope that her killer will be found. Mark Mulholland has this 13 Investigates report.
It never goes away, yes.
Jim Van Ness sometimes wakes up in the middle of the night thinking about what happened that day to his daughter.
They are hoping that an autopsy underway this morning may give them some clues.
Sheila Van Ness Shepard was 22 years old when she was found dead inside her second-floor apartment on Church Street in Saratoga Springs. She'd been suffocated, gagged with the belt of a terry cloth robe. Her body was left naked, her wrists and ankles bound to each corner bedpost. Investigators at the time found no evidence that she'd been raped, but they did find a small knife poking into her abdomen. Police determined the stab wound didn't cause her death and that she was stabbed after she died.
The scene did appear to be staged by the killer, had been set up after the fact.
Sergeant Chris Callahan has been on a mission to solve Sheila's murder. Though he wasn't born when it happened, growing up, he heard all about it.
Almost exactly 45 years ago, Sheila Shepherd was murdered. What has sparked your interest in it?
Growing up in Saratoga, I remember as a child hearing my mother, my godmother, talking about this case then. This would have been probably in the early 90s. And then once I got older, once I got into police work, more people you talk to that were working back then, officers, everyone remembered what it was like living here at the times. It wasn't something that happened in Saratoga Springs.
But it did happen to Jim Van Ness's only daughter.
She was very gentle. She was a gentle child all her life.
Jim was a plumber and pipe fitter, doing work in the boiler room at Saratoga Hospital that day, just a couple blocks from where his daughter was killed.
I'm working in the hospital at 10 o'clock in the morning. At 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm in the funeral home looking for a coffin. It just blows you away. You know, you don't even know how you get through it.
Van Ness has his own painful theories about what happened to Sheila.
Well, I'm pretty certain, from my viewpoint, that she knew the person. It wasn't somebody off the street, or somebody that was in there. What went wrong in there that would make somebody do? She was a very gentle person. What could possibly go wrong is the mystery to me.
Jim says in his heart he doesn't believe it was a stranger who killed Sheila.
I always thought probably that the person that was in the apartment probably shouldn't have been there. Could have been married, could have been something else, and maybe felt threatened by it. And so that's the only thing I can come up with, because there just was no real reason to take somebody's life like hers. She was just so easy and gentle, laid back.
Jim tells me there are a few reasons he's talking to me today.
They told me before I got here, friends, they said, well, he's going to make her comfortable.
He wants to thank police, especially Sergeant Callahan.
And I appreciate his tenacity and what he's tried to do for me.
But most of all, he wants his granddaughter, Sheila's only child, seen here with her mother, to get closure.
She was only 3 years old, has no recollection whatsoever of her mother.
Sativa Sacco lives out of the area, has her own children, and would like nothing more than to find her mother's killer brought to justice.
It's more for her than any other thing.
They sent this out to local, larger agencies.
Sergeant Callahan tells me he's optimistic advances in DNA technology will lead to Sheila's killer.
Can DNA help solve this case now?
I hope so. The amounts of DNA evidence that you would need prior to this day and age to test would be much larger than today. Very minuscule amounts of DNA can be tested, can be secured and sent in. Something left behind by the killer. So we're optimistic that things that maybe were not viable years ago could be today.
Jim Van Ness is now 87 and still mourning the passing of his wife in 2011 and his son's sudden death in 2018. He understands that he may leave this world without finding out, but he wants his granddaughter to know who took her mom's life.
I may leave this world and not know. My wife is gone, my son is gone, so they can't see it, but she can. I just right now would rather know and have it, and then I would know that my granddaughter was satisfied.
That was Mark Mulholland reporting. Jim Van Ness is offering a $50,000 reward for information leading to the arrest of his daughter's killer. That number is on your screen.